Have you ever pondered over what makes a murder case transcend from a mere act of violence to a societal shockwave? What elements push it from a fleeting headline to a lasting discourse? Let's delve into two such cases that have managed to do just that. First, we travel back to 1986, to the cold winter streets of Sweden. The nation's Prime Minister Olof Palme, a figure of authority and trust, is brutally murdered. An act that sends tremors not only through Sweden but across Europe, shaking the very foundations of societal trust. Fast forward a few years to Liverpool, where a case takes place that still sends chills down the spine. 2-year-old James Bulger, an innocent toddler, is murdered, and the suspects, two 10-year-old boys. The sheer age of the accused, their tender years clashing with the heinous act they stand accused of, sends shockwaves throughout the continent. These two murders, distinct and yet eerily similar, have left an indelible mark on the collective psyche of Europe. They have provoked demands for stricter measures against criminals, ignited debates on social policy, and even hinted at underlying currents of racism. But what makes these murders so extraordinary? It's not just the brutality of the acts or the high-profile nature of the victims, but rather the stark reflection they offer on our society. They expose the hidden, darker aspects of our individual and collective minds. In England, crime rates have surged over the past 2 decades. This rise in criminal activity and the subsequent tightening grip of law enforcement has become a central theme for the Conservative agenda. Yet various sectors, ranging from academia to the clergy, have highlighted the correlation between social policies that exacerbate income and wealth disparities and the escalation of social issues. In both instances, the threshold of public tolerance was crossed. Lingering suspicions regarding the actions of the police and the involvement of the Kurdish PKK party remained. These cases brought to the surface two contrasting perspectives, one advocating for stricter punishments, and the other emphasizing the societal roots of crime. Ultimately, the question comes down to where we choose to assign blame. Is it the individual, his immediate environment, society at large, or our prevailing way of life that carries the burden? In summary, the murders of Olof Palme and James Bulger were not just acts of violence. They were events that shook societies, provoked debates, and highlighted the darker aspects of our collective consciousness. Their legacy is a reminder of the deep-seated issues within our societies and the crucial question of where blame should be assigned.